Why does a neighborhood patrol need night vision goggles and combat boots? That's what I kept asking myself the third time. Greg showed up in our yard, dressed like he was on a SWAT mission, and acting like my grandpa was hiding contraband in the rose bushes. He didn't knock, he didn't call, just walked straight in like he was on duty in a war zone. I've tried to be patient, I really have. But when someone trespasses 3 nights in a row and still claims you're the problem, something breaks. And this time, Grandpa wasn't the only one watching. You know that feeling when you're finally relaxing in your own space after a brutal day of client meetings and design revisions? That was me last Tuesday around 4:30, standing in our backyard with the green garden hose watering my tomato plants and actually feeling human again for the first time since morning. The afternoon sun hit the water droplets just right, creating these tiny rainbows that made me think maybe I'd gotten something right in this crazy world. As an interior designer, I spend most days making other people's homes beautiful, but coming back to my own little sanctuary always reminds me why I love what I do. The warm breeze carried the scent of honeysuckle from our neighbor's yard, birds were doing their evening song routine in the old oak trees, and everything felt perfectly normal in that suburban way that makes you forget the world has problems. Grandpa Frank was positioned in his command center, which is what I call that weathered wooden chair on our front porch, where he conducts his daily neighborhood surveillance operations. At 75 years old, he's turned sitting and observing into a legitimate hobby, complete with his favorite ceramic coffee mug that never seems to be empty, and reading glasses perched on his nose like he's reviewing classified documents instead of watching Mrs. Peterson walk her poodle. Frank's been living with us for 2 years now, since Grandma passed, and honestly, having a former military guy as your personal neighborhood watch coordinator feels pretty reassuring most of the time. He knows which delivery truck sounds different, which neighbor's teenager snuck out last weekend, and somehow always predicts when the mail carrier will be running late. That peaceful Tuesday afternoon vibe got shattered when I heard voices approaching our iron that definitely weren't the friendly neighbor variety. Sharp business-like tones that immediately made my shoulders tense up and my grip tighten on the garden hose. I shut off the hose and headed to the front yard to figure out what kind of official mess was suddenly brewing by our fence. What I saw waiting at that fence line changed everything. Click the link in the comments to see how it started.